Good afternoon. We're on the Elliott Highway in Alaska, heading up to Prudhoe Bay.
Oh, that guy again. And talked to the wife. She said that the wind just really started blowing at the house. We live out on Cripple Creek. There's like a whiteout out there.
Oh wow, yeah, I can tell it's kind of picked up here too. Anyway, we're bobtailing up to Prudhoe Bay, so not very happy about that, but there's nothing you can do about it. We're picking up a couple of generators that are on their own chassis, so no trailers needed. So we're having a bobtail up, so it is what it is. Got 46 miles from Dalton Highway. So Alaska's welcoming me back with bad weather. It's like, welcome back, we've missed you. Here's some bad weather. Is we've got a heavy load up ahead of us, and they're putting ruts in the snow, and it's playing hell on trying to keep the truck straight without having a trailer back there. Just don't have any weight on the drive axles. Well, any drivers out there, I don't have to tell you that, you know what I'm talking about. But for anybody out there who's not a driver, that's the problem. You don't have any weight on the drive axles. Slow down. I'd like to have a trailer on right now, even an empty one, something, but that's trucking. One thing you can't do up here is complain. I mean, there's no sense in whining and complaining because nobody wants to listen to it. Because everybody has their own problems, and they'll tell you that's why they pay you the big money to drive up here. Because it's not going up and down a nice, smooth, easy interstate. It's not 75 degrees and sunny. Not this time of year, anyway. But we'll get up there tonight, spend the night, and then bring those generators back to North Pole. And then I'm going to bring one of them down to Anchorage. Caterpillar, drop in, come back to North Pole, and I'm either going to come back and grab the other one while he goes back up to Prudhoe and picks up the third one, or I'm going to go ahead and take off for the lower 48. They're supposed to have a load going down to either Idaho or North Dakota. See what happens. What I wanted to do here. I wanted to kind of be a jack of all trades driver run up and down the Alaska Highway, run down the lower 48, and then when I'm up here, if they need help with something, you know, make a run to Prudhoe. And to be honest, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't want to stay up here, and that's why I wanted to take this job, because I can do the best. I've kind of got the best of both worlds. At the same time, I just can't do a lower 48 trucking company. I'm too old and too set in my ways. They want to micromanage you to death down there, and now they're using AI, you know, to just micromanage you to death. I saw a guy where they called him in the office because they said he made a left turn too quick. And he shows the video, and it's like a fine, normal left turn to me. But they claim it was too fast. I'm like, no, I'd have to just drive their truck straight to the terminal and say, here you go, I'm done. If you don't like the way I drive your truck, you drive it. I just can't do that. They don't do that, these companies up here. Even if you're running south, they don't do it. I have no interactive crews on here, no sensors that are going to beep and flash and tell me that I'm doing something wrong or whatever. I have to think. I have to use my brain. And I'll try to take a picture of this beast first chance I get. Probably when I get the generator on tomorrow. But it's a 579 Pete X15 Cummins, 18-speed manual transmission, full lockers. It's geared low. I don't know what the rear ends are, but it's geared low. It's a haul road truck. It's not really geared for the lower 48. But I'm gonna run it down there. I just, you know, I don't want to drive it too fast down there, because it's geared for this. But I'll run it down there, you know, as long as you keep it under 75, you know, you'll be alright. Don't try to win any races with it. It's geared to pull. We haven't even made it to the Dalton Highway yet. Another guy.
Let's go to 18 on the CB, and then if we meet somebody, I'll flick it back up to 19.
Alright, I made it.
Okay, yeah, now we're not plugging everything up.
10-4. I was about to say something prophetic. Oh, well, no, not really. He wanted to change it.
No, you live. Come on.
We haven't even made it to the Dalton Highway yet. I don't know if I said that or not already, but me and the other guy was talking on the CB about the Alaska Highway. Down it a while back, I guess, for the first time in years. talking about how these trucks are a little long for Canada. Canada doesn't like long wheelbase trucks. They have an issue with that. They don't like spread axle trailers, and they don't like long wheelbase trucks. And I don't know why they got those B-train doubles, those Super Bs that are long, obviously. I can understand if you had a truck hooked up to one of them, but just a single trailer, I don't know what their problem is. But yeah, they don't they don't mind them so much, say in Yukon, northern BC, but you get down there in closer down to Edmonton and Calgary, yeah, they're not too fond of them. So yeah, I'll definitely be glad when we get a load on tomorrow and come back down, and we'll be good and heavy. Of course, the weather will probably be beautiful then, and we won't have to worry about it. But we'll see. Oh, what I was saying earlier was there's a guy that flew up from Arizona. He's a new driver here. He's going to be hauling fuel for him up and down the Dalton. I think that's primarily all he's going to be doing. I'll be doing a little bit of everything. I don't mind running Prudhoe. I don't mind running the Dalton. I don't mind running the ice roads. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to be up here all the time. You know, I have a wife, I have family, I have a home. Stuck up here like before, where I don't say stuck, but you know, this is all I do week in and week out. That gets old anyway. You know, I get restless when I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, the money's good going to Prudhoe, don't get me wrong, but they pay a good mileage rate for everything else as well, so. And it's odometer miles when they do, you know, going up the haul road that's a set price, but everything else is mileage, and it's odometer miles, so you know. Visibility is turning to crap. And I got a 35-mile-an-hour curve I need to slow down for. Before I get myself hurt. I've got great traction tires on this thing. They're not siped, but they're rock tires. They're great traction tires. I'm sorry for not doing a lot of talking. I'm kind of concentrating. I don't mind telling you this, bobtailing on these roads. I'm a bit nervous about it. I don't like it. But it has to be done. Tell you what, that was a long drive up here in my pickup. 3,600 miles. But I'm glad I did it because I was able to bring all my stuff down. In fact, I still got a whole bunch of crap in my pickup that I haven't even put in this truck. Figuring that since these generators are on their own chassis, that you shouldn't have to worry about chaining them down or anything. They should be connected, you know. Oh crap. Big dreams. I didn't know they were still coming up here. That's the company, Big Dreams. Finished construction on the Yukon River Bridge?
Yes, they did. It's real nice now.
Ah, 2 Yeah, they were still working on it when I left. Cool, cool. That's good.
Yeah, they just recently iced up a whole bunch of that south of Coldfoot too. Got rid of all the potholes. There's just a short section right at the beginning there that's kind of rough, but that's all cleaned up, and they cleaned up a bunch of that by from Sand River to 70 Mile flats. They got all that. There's just a little short chunk there before you get to pump 2, so it's in pretty good shape.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It won't beat me to death like it did last spring.
Oh, that was as worst as I've ever seen it. That was horrible.
Yeah, Beaver Slide, man, that was just god awful. Yeah, it was bad last summer, man. I did some videos. You can go back and watch them. Last summer, wow, it was bad. It was bad. Sounds like they've done a lot of work to it.
I mean, the big one here.
A big truck. Big purple truck.
He wasn't wasting no time.
No, definitely not. Well, it's nice if the road is smoothed out. Well, it's always smoother in the winter, obviously, because they make an ice road out of it. And, you know, it's a lot smoother than the summertime. But last summer was just ridiculously bad. said, I got some videos on it. You want to go back and watch them? Like Carlisle. Nope, not Carlisle. I don't know who that was. It was an odd colored truck. Anybody I know. Maybe I'll run into Andy or Jeff, one of those guys. Another guy I used to know up here, but he's down in West Texas doing oil field driving. He went from the Arctic to the desert. Oh! Well, serious, man. It was so bad last summer, my tailbone would be on fire. I'd have to like raise up in the seat while I was driving. It was really bad. What though, bobtailing or not, it's good to be back in the saddle again. It's good to be back in a big truck again. I feel a lot better driving a big truck in this weather than I do a pickup. I mean, I've got a 4x4 pickup. It can do it. I've been driving all around North Pole and Fairbanks the last couple of days in it, but I prefer to be in a big truck. That's STR there. Yep. Don't know that guy. I know a couple of guys work for STR. I know a couple of L&W guys. I know a few Carlisle guys, but not really like, no, I don't know them. I just kind of run into them a few times here and there. Of course, I hauled a lot of Carlisle freight. Year before last. Still tooling along on the Elliott. Almost to the Dalton. We got something coming our way. I thought I saw some headlights. weather's gotten a little better up here. It's a balmy 13 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not bad. It's supposed to be minus 25 tonight in Prudhoe. Looking minus 30 in Fairbanks tomorrow night. I'm glad I checked the coolant in my truck, my pickup, because I don't have a block heater on it. It's good for minus 40. That'll do me till next winter. I think the minus 50 plus crap is over with down there. Worst case scenario, I could have them park it in the shop. But I think it'll be alright. I'm going to go ahead and get a block heater for it sometime this winter, or this summer. It's not that expensive up here. In fact, it's cheaper to get it done up here than to buy the parts and have it done down south.
Pretty good crack in the road right there.
A little frosty. Oh crap! Yeah. A little welcome to Alaska. Years, so he knows what he's doing. I always like to run with a guy who knows what they're doing. The guys that know what they're doing up here, they're quiet. They don't talk a lot. I mean, they'll converse with you. They don't talk a lot. They don't tell you what they do, what they know. You know, they don't brag. They're not braggers. They just do their job. And that's it. Get the guys that run their head a lot and they act like they know everything. Those are the guys who maybe been up here once or twice. I'll be the first one to tell you, I've been up here a lot, but not as much as most of these guys, and I'm always open to learning new things. I am not a super trucker. Be a beautiful afternoon. A little further up with that plowing, or a little further south, I should say. to see him out either way. Oh, that's a bit of a rough spot. Like this all the way up to Prudhoe, I'll be fine with it, you know. No worries. My understanding from people is that from here to the 41 on the Elliott or on the Dalton is kind of bad, and once you get north of the 41, it's supposed to be good. Of course, that's always subject to change. The weather up there can change in a minute. Just don't know. This is where they had an overflow. Not too bad, but they cleaned it up. It was pretty bumpy, from what I understand the other day. There's supposed to be another one up here, I think.
Like they're working on it here.
Copy. Okay, yeah, here's the spot he was talking about. You get an overflow of water, and then it just ices over the road and turns into a bumpy mess. They're cleaning it right up. Good deal. It's all these big chunks of ice. That's what was over the road. You can't just shut the road down and do it. You got to do it while people are driving on it, because this is the only road.
So the stability control on these things, there's two actuators back there by your main brake valve that operate that, and if those get wet, especially like this temperature is perfect, it'll freeze them shut, and then your brakes drag.
Ah, good for you. That makes sense.
A lot of guys will take a piece of like fire hose, 2-inch or whatever, it'll fit right on there and just hose clamp it, just hang it down about 6 or 8 inches, and that keeps the water from splashing up on them. I've seen one truck caught on fire, and I've had the brake rotor turned red hot. I didn't even know it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad.
Lucky a guy was behind me there. It was like I come down the corner, I just used the brakes a little bit coming down that hill and still let the air go in, but it won't let it come back out. By the time I got to the other side, he said, man, you're smoking. I got, holy shit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you could have caught on fire.
Yeah, I mean, it was cherry red down there.
There's so many things that can happen to you up here, like he's talking about. You get water up in there and your brakes, you go to step on them, it'll let the air go in, but it won't let the air go out. Your brakes won't release all the way. When your truck, you know, and yeah, they'll burn up, man. You'll catch a truck on fire like that. There's so many things that can happen to you up here. I mean, there's things that can happen to you anywhere. I get it. But there's so many different things that can happen to you up here. You try to prepare for them all, but you can't always do it. To the Dalton. Crap. It's bumpy too without a trailer. Almost to the Dalton. And the fun begins. Well, I don't know. We'll see. U.S. government. What they're doing. Yep, almost to 1 mile. About this job, like last time I was up here, I did a bunch of videos doing this, right? Working here, it'll be some different stuff. It'll be going to Anchorage, it'll be going back to Texas, or North Dakota, or Idaho, or hell, they had a guy go all the way to Vermont to pick up a snowcat to bring to Alaska. So, you know, you don't know, I could be going anywhere in North America. Well, not Mexico, but U.S., Canada. much difference in the wintertime because it's snowpacked. You can't see that you're now on dirt. This section of it's dirt. Dude up here knows what he's doing. This kind of stuff here I don't like. Bobtail. Go ahead and lock our axles in. Keep my foot in it.
I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's in your lane into Dalton. Okay. Yeah, that guy was saying there's a oversized in our lane up here at the top of 5. That's what we've been following, but they're chewing the road up, so we'll probably get ahead of him.
Ah, too far. Might meet up with that oversized that's been chewing the road up back there. This hasn't been too bad through here, but back there, parts of the Elliott, man, there were some pretty deep ruts in the snow. Maybe there was something heavy ahead of us. He knows what he's doing. I mean, he's not doing it in a dangerous way, don't get me wrong. He just knows what he's doing. See if we're clear. Get in gear. real stuff, folks. This ain't no influencer, some guy with some fancy editing or AI crap, some big production company. The real thing. As the song goes, ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Yeah, I don't see him. Well, we're gonna run up on the guy right here, but I guess he's going on about his business. Say the road's in pretty good shape. Not having any trouble with traction or anything. Not so far. Knock wood. I don't want to jinx myself. But yeah, so far so good on that. Oh, that's him. Maybe.
Four-wheeler coming here.
Four-wheeler this time of year. You don't see too many four-wheelers up here from Oregon of all places. Wow.
Here, behind me. I didn't see that.
Ah, 10-4. Yeah, you see a lot of four-wheelers on this road in the winter. Summertime, not really much in the winter. Bouncy, but not in bad shape. Better than it would be. Better than it could be. And we got a big truck coming our way. Lights on it. Grocery trailer. That's what I was doing up here before. probably do another video coming back down a little further up where I can, do some Adigan, ice cut, shelf, things like that. Probably. We'll see. Have a mechanic take this right seat out so I have more room for my tools and stuff. I asked him about it this morning. He said, yeah, I don't care. He said, just talk to the boss. If he says fine with him, then I'll do it. Personally, if I was the driver, he said, I'd want that right seat out if you're not using it. Nobody rides with me because I got road rage, so. Sure is beautiful up here. Guy with some Connex boxes. Black gold driver. I think. Looks like. Yeah. Black gold. Texas tea. See, I saw him bounce. There must be a bump right here. Oh, yep. Dang. Slowed down and still bad. And they've had a lot of snow up here. A lot of snow. It's 400 miles of dead horse. You're gonna beat that horse to death. I must say, this road is in good shape. I'm really stressing over it, but it's good. It's good and rough, where you can get some traction. It's not slick ice. This road can get so slick you can come to a stop and you just feel your truck just moving on its own. If you get out, you'll just slip and fall. Usually in spring or autumn, it's like that. Or they'll get some unusually warm weather and it'll rain, especially down on this bottom end. And then of course, it's going to get cold, and that just turns into ice. It's kind of rough right here. The bottom end is always rougher because they get a little warmer temperatures down here. Once you get north of Adigan, or at least north of Coldfoot, it gets better. Generally, in the winter. The summer, it's all bad. Well, I say that. I mean, there's some spots that are better than others. Traffic today. distance there. I kind of caught up to him a little bit. That wind's still howling. You can hear it. I'm not pulling an empty van trailer. I'll be doing a lot of flatbed work here. We have some vans. They have a couple of reefers. Excuse me, but I got a feeling I'll be doing a lot more flatbed work than anything, which is fine. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. About up here is it's not like, you know, the lower 48. If you're pulling a flatbed, you're pulling a flatbed. If you're pulling a reefer, tanker, etc., you get the drift. Up here, you've got companies that do a little bit of everything. Now, I don't think we do have some tank trailers. That's what I'm saying, they do. But they got a guy hauling LNG up here, and we got a guy who'll be hauling fuel up here. So, and we got flatbeds, we got some dry vans, we got some reefers. We've got a couple of RGN trailers.
Next little bit through here until we get to the top of the hill. It's pretty chewed up. I don't really go very fast through here.
In forward. We'll back off a little bit here. He says it's kind of bad right through here. I don't know if you can hear him. I won't know till I listen to it myself, if you can hear them. But we got all day to get up to Prudhoe, get up to Dead Horse. So we're not hooking up till tomorrow. Something, a little yellow, it looked like brushes or something. But it feels good to get back up here again, even if I'm not going to be doing it every week. Feels good to get up here, you know. It'll feel good to get back on the Alaska Highway too, especially in a big truck where I'm getting paid for it instead of in my pickup.
out everything. It's spicy. Smells like Limburger. Tastes like butter.
Oh wow, yeah, it does sound good. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and end this video. It's been over an hour. That's usually about what I do, a little over an hour. Most people say they like the longer videos. And there's not a lot going on. You get a little gist of the south end of the haul road. Anybody wants to see more, I've got plenty of videos of me going up the Dalton, running the ice roads, running this in the summer, winter, running, you know, down to Anchorage, running the Alaska Highway, the Alcan. And I'll be getting more of them. Somebody's leaking something. A little trail or something right there. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. And like I said, I'm not going to promise I'm going to do a video coming back south. I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.